Chef Buck here, and today we're cooking us up a seafood pancake. Now this is an Asian style dish, super delicious and super easy to make, and a nice change of pace for dinner. First thing you want to do is get you like 5 or 6 green onions, try to get some thin ones, then cut them in half, then cut them lengthwise, and then cut them once more so that you're going to end up with a bowl of 1-inch pieces. Next, we want to cut us up a little bit of pepper. I'm going to use green pepper. Now, red pepper is better, but whatever kind of hot pepper you want. But get you something with a little bit of kick. And we're going to end up with about 1 teaspoon of finely chopped pepper. You want to finely chop so it'll spread throughout the batter. But about a teaspoon should do it. Now, since I didn't have any hot red pepper, I'm going to go ahead and throw a little bit of red bell pepper in here. Now, you know, it's not necessary for the flavor, but if you can get a little bit of red in this dish, do it. Because you want to make it a treat for your eyes, not just your taste buds, you know. Please your whole body. For a seafood, today I'm going to use shrimp and squid, but you can use whatever kind of seafood you want. If you want to throw scallops in there or oysters or clams instead, you know, knock yourself out. But shrimp's a pretty good choice. You want to cut it into chunks, and about 5 or 6 ounces is plenty. If you use more than that, then your pancake will become structurally unstable. Now there's nothing to make in the batter. All it is a half a cup of all-purpose flour and a half a cup of cold water. You're going to end up having a nice thin pancake batter. So mix it up well, and if you have to add a drop more water for it to be thin, you go ahead and do that. Then add your peppers and your onions and your seafood to the batter and get it mixed up well and coated up evenly. And now we're ready to take it over to the frying pan and start cooking. But before that, we're going to go ahead and mix together our dipping sauce, which is just a little soy sauce and rice vinegar. And I'm also going to throw in a little bit of chili garlic sauce, which you don't have to do. You know, you can put some hot sauce, any kind of little thing that you want to put in here to give it a little bit of kick. But soy sauce and vinegar do the trick just fine. And if you want, you can throw some sesame seeds in there as well, which I'm doing. Or if you have a little tahini, just a drop of tahini, well, that's pretty nice too. But that's all there is to it. Now get your skillet and your oil heated up on medium-high heat and add your batter and get it all spread out nice and evenly. Now it's going to take about 4 or 5 minutes to cook on this one side, so if you got to lower the temperature, do that. And check it periodically to make sure it's not overcooking. We're going to take 1 well-beaten egg and add it to the top and give the pan a nice shake and get it all spread out so that the egg coats it evenly. And this is kind of optional. You don't have to do this egg bit, but it really makes a big difference. Now once your dish starts to brown around the edges, it'll be time for the pancake flip. Now isn't that exciting? I always get goosebumpy when I do that. It's always fun to cook something that's fun to cook. Now it isn't going to take that long to cook this side of the pancake. You know, about 2 minutes is about all it should take. You know, check it periodically. Make sure your egg's not burning on that side or you're mucking up your pancake here at the last minute. So keep an eye on it. If you feel like, you know, give it one final flip, you know, if you feel like having too much fun. And then that's it. You know, it'll be ready to hit the table. Time to chow down. Look at that. I sound like one of them TV schmoes, but that's just delicious. Golden brown color, that's perfecto. Well, give it a try. Let me know what you think. Bon appetit. God, that's a big bite, but I gotta do it. See that? It's going. This is awesome. Awesome. And when you flip it, you know, flip it with confidence. You know, you don't, if you're like hesitant about it, you know, it's gonna wind up all over your shoes. Flip with confidence. All right, thanks for watching. And for more recipes, just go up there and click on the click thing there.